thank you for being here. It's fantastic to have you in the workshop because we're back on the SHAMSHIR Scimitar guard. And what I've done already is I've stippled the background and it's now on to cutting lines in the gold to truly make it look like the beautiful flowing leaves that they deserve to be. But I can easily mess this up, so I now need to lay out perfect pencil lines to cut into, which is hard enough. But first, there's an urge I just can't resist. Hey, Mech Arena is sponsoring this video. That's right, and it is utterly awesome because it is a proper player versus player battle game. When you're playing Mech Arena, you are battling against someone else out there in the world, and that is enough to fire up your competitive juices and get you really pumped. In-game, you play as these awesome robot-looking things called mechs, loaded out with big old guns and all sorts of interesting loadouts to build upon. Every map and game mode has a different competitive experience. It could be 2v2, 5v5, deathmatch, or control point clash. This is a game where skill actually matters, and the better you get, the further you go and the more recognition you'll have in-game. 5 kills in a row. Battle win! There we go! Mech Arena has just launched globally, and they got a huge celebration in-game now with tons of events, amazing daily welcome rewards during the first week, and I'd love for you to use my personal link in the description or the QR code on screen to go and download it, because you'll get a black carbon skin, 300 A coins, and 50,000 credits. Thank you again to Mech Arena for sponsoring this. Thank you for downloading the game and checking them out. Let's get back to the microscope. Here we go. Wish me luck. Somebody? There's 2 people and 2 dogs in this room. Why has nobody wished me luck yet? I really need some luck. Okay, thank you. Maybe not as terrible as I thought it could have gone. Golly, that was just terrifying. We've got about 1/6 of it done. Oh. Now that was a long old road. That took a stupid amount of time. I'm very, very, very happy with how it's looking though. I'm pretty shocked. It actually looks like that. I thought it was going to look more like a big poop, and I don't think it looks like a big poop. For now, as much as I love this, we're going to get as far away from it as possible. And so, we're going to try and solve one of our upcoming problems, which is, this is the Quench tank that we have here at the workshop. The last time I checked, the SHAMSHIR was just a little bit longer than this. It's also curved to the extent that it needs a really wide tank to be able to fit in. And that's what we got to do. We have to make a tank for the oil. So we got the tank welded up, and I recently found out about a thing called recycling. So we'll make sure that that oil goes back in the car at the end of the quench. We've not found any big leaks yet. We'll check on that in a bit. But for now, you remember a few weeks ago in an earlier episode, we left the blade with the grinder to see what would happen. And now we're going to check, and oh my goodness gracious me, would you look at that? This beautiful 2x48 steel grinder has miraculously ground a rough 36 grit bevel on this SHAMSHIR blade. And not only that, but this incredible Bill Benke file guide has affixed itself to it, meaning that the automatic grinding capabilities gave us a beautiful even plunge line. And what's more amazing is all this equipment is available now at the Alec Steele Co. You too can buy it and hold the power of never having to grind anything yourself ever again, because the machine will do it entirely by itself. Wow. It's time for the quench. I have an incredible Paragon heat treating oven that they gave me several years back in the Montana shop, and that is in Montana. So now we will have to use this 14-inch long forge to heat treat this 3-foot long blade. So let's put it in the forge and get ready for our first normalizing cycle. Ah! Jamie! It leaked all over the floor!
You stepped over on it.
Oh, that's dangerous, isn't it? Let's mop it up. Right, so we have a few seconds to straighten any warps, and by golly, does it look like we have a lot. Holy crap. That's terrifying. It's very bent. Shoot. Okay, we've made some successful tweaks, but I'm not thrilled yet. I think quenching a blade is one of the worst parts, because it's just scary. We can check and find out if it has indeed hardened. Doing a little file test. The file shouldn't be able to cut it very well. Woo! Woo! That is hard as can be. I don't want anything more than that. Giving it a scrub down with some Scotch-Brite here so that we can do a second, somewhat scientific tempering cycle. And now we're going to change topics, and we are going to work on the pommel. So I'm trying to reverse engineer exactly what this pommel is. And essentially, what I think it is a hollow octagon with on 4 sides these little pointy lobes sticking off it that are then bent around. So perhaps I could make a pipe, grind it octagonal, and then cut in whatever lobes we need. Yes, I will just do that. So this is as far as we have got on the lathe. It is round. We need to octagonalize it, so we're going to take it to the grinder. I don't see any belt grinders. Now, how good is that little fella looking right there? I think we're well on track to actually producing the real thing. I'm really happy with how that little piece is looking, and after having sketched out the handle shape on a block to the scale that it's gonna be, I think it is damn near almost perfect. So that is very lucky. It actually looks a lot like a little helmet, doesn't it? And you can see a little warrior carrying this helmet around in his head. Anyway, the next step is we need to drill a hole in the tip and we need to put a ring in it. You can see they've got one there on the original, and I believe that's called a Prince Albert. Don't know why. Crikey, are we making progress or what? One polished pommel. A little bit of behind-the-scenes blade grinding has been happening. And a guard that's almost there. Folks, we're putting it together, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be bringing you along for the journey. Please subscribe. Please go and check out Mech Arena at the links down below. I'm very grateful for their sponsorship today. And also, please, if you want to go get into knife making and blade making, go check out the range of belt grinders that we have. And if you'd like to try what might just be your next favorite pair of work trousers, we've got them too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
And in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do the Mech Arena. It's slightly apart and just move your hips from side to side.